Now, we were just in the shed, we were filming an Ask, and I thought, you know what, I think you guys want to get to know the GMBN presenters more. So, I've got Neil here, and I thought, why don't we do it? Why don't we get to know him a little bit more, put him under pressure, ask him some personal questions.
We need to get to know you more, Martyn, but we'll do that at a later date.
Screw that, let's ask you questions. Right, first question for Neil.
Yeah.
These are going to be hard for you, Neil. I want you to sum up you as a mountain biker in 7 words.
A mountain biker or a human being?
As a mountain biker.
Okay. Oh, God, that's hard.
It is hard. Oh, you don't think about it too much. Don't think about it.
Crashes. Try to be smooth.
Smooth, yeah, definitely. I'd say that about you.
Used to be fastish. Don't ride as much as I want to. Does that describe me as a mountain biker?
Yes, definitely. You're always complaining you're not out on your bike enough.
That word
Definitely.
is want then. I'm kind of flexing the rules here a little bit.
They can be flexed. It's fine.
Not as smooth as I look. I actually break.
I liked how you had smooth in there and not as smooth as I look.
I break a lot more parts than people think I do.
Yeah.
It's not very smooth.
You break a lot more than people think you do and all.
A happy mountain biker.
Yes, yes.
Chilled.
Yes. They're good. You know yourself. I'd say all those things were true. You are Neil Donoghue.
That's true.
We will continue. Okay, now, a sentence that describes all that is good about mountain biking.
Wow.
A sentence, sum it up.
I have met most of the coolest people in my life through mountain biking.
Yes. That's good enough. Good enough. You may be killing this idea off with good answers. Yeah. Yes. Right. Here's a really good one for you because this comes from your knowledge of riding. What is the most common mistake you see a new rider making? Because you've taught riders all through your career, and of course you've been a coach.
It's a very simple thing, but it's very hard to get them out of doing. Is picking up the back wheel with their feet. I always talk about this in bunny hop videos, but I see it all the time, people trying to jump. It's really, really hard, almost impossible to get good at jumping if you're doing that. And it all starts from learning the bunny hop the wrong way, and people rely on clips and just pulling like that.
Yeah, yeah. And then they go out of a jump and try and do the
same thing. But it really makes you not as fast downhill, and not as good at jumping.
Yeah. So it's learning that kind of scooping or
using your weight rather than just picking up, staying back and picking up your feet.
Right, okay, I just got an email of a new question. Okay. Right, next one is, what is the most common mistake you see pro riders make? I mean, you've seen all the pros in the biggest careers ever. Is there a common mistake the pros make?
Oh, it's complex, but I would say the psychological part of racing is massive, and it's a really hard one to nail, and I would say more riders should probably get help with that. You see people come and go, they can win massive races, but then they can't back it up with another one. And I was not so good for it. Mark Beaumont, who I grew up with and we both raced together, he went off and saw a sports psychologist, and it really helped with him. So I know the Athertons, see people like that in the past, I would say that's probably the one biggest mistake riders make. Yeah.
And I would say the one thing that's striking about the riders who just stick around and keep winning.
Super strong.
The Gwynners and the Greg Minars, mentally.
PE.
Cannot be budged.
Yep,
cannot be budged. Right, okay, out of all of the races, I like this question, out of all of the races you've competed against or hung out with, who or was and is the most annoying?
Annoying. That's a very difficult
You've got to diss someone on GMBN. Do it. Down that camera.
I've just said Mark Beaumont, but I've travelled with Mark for 4 years racing, and then a couple of years or a year probably GMBNing. And he's a great bloke, loads of fun, but racing, he's super, super driven, and it's hard to be a teammate sometimes with someone like that, because they are number one and you want to try and be your own number one. But it was great fun, don't get me wrong. Yeah. But it's just being part of a team can be difficult sometimes.
It's hard with teammates. Blake Sampson, another guy on the channel, was my teammate for years and years and years. And man, he can be annoying.
And rule number one, especially with race team, is trying to be the fastest person on that race team.
Yes.
You want to get paid the most money. And you
that's
want
true.
to be the person who's getting the kit when it gets sent to the door.
Absolutely, absolutely. It can be treacherous. Okay, right, in the bike vault, in the Dirt Shed show, we give away £100 each week to spend in chain reaction cycles. I'm not literally, figuratively giving you £100 to spend in chain reactions. What would you spend it in on right now?
Well, We get lots of free things, don't we, Martyn? Which is very nice. We've got lots of free bikes and kit and stuff.
Yes.
One thing I do spend my money on is fancy road chamois, so bib shorts that are actually probably for £100 you'd be struggling. So I like to go for, I've got some Rafa, I've got some Assos, some really nice, comfy chamois shorts that I can wear on big rides.
Shane, this was going so well. That chamois shorts. God, I thought you was to inspire our viewers to spend some really amazing money on amazing mountain bike paths. Moving on, Neil, you will be remembered, not that you're going anywhere, for some serious racing attitude. You are a born racer, if ever I met one. However, if you had to be remembered for any video on GMBN
video,
what would it be? I'm not interested in your racing.
Well,
You've got to pick one of these videos. You've made hundreds. What's the one you're like, nailed it? And then all the viewers can go and watch it.
I don't know.
The link will be in the description down below.
Some of the most fun ones are the fat bike ones I always come back to. Because I know Blake did it.
Brilliant.
I was really dubious. I was a big non-believer of fat bikes. So what's the point of that?
I'd say you hated them.
Stupid.
Yeah.
And I rode it and I was like, it's so much fun. And then Blake's got bitten by that bug as well, so he's doing it now.
Yeah.
But they look stupid, but they're loads of fun.
I don't think Blake's improved on your going mega fast on a fat bike video yet. I really enjoyed it.
And this job has actually helped me mellow out my preconceptions of mountain biking.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine, don't worry about it.
Because you know what, behind the camera, Neil's got some views.
Yeah.
He really has got some views. We're not allowed to let the real Neil out.
And these are the mellowed down views that even you're getting.
Right, okay, who's the most frustrating GMBN or EMBN or GCN presenter? You know them all. Who's the most annoying?
What do you mean?
Say me, honestly, I'll throw little Dan Lloyd at you. And if it's little Dan Lloyd, he'll throw me at you.
Steve Jones can be frustrating.
Let's leave it at that. Right, next. What makes a good bike vault photo?
A nice bike and a nice trail.
Dog?
Yeah, of course.
Dog. You are a sucker for a dog. If someone puts a boxer in there.
Yeah, of course.
That's a super
I'd like
nice.
to see a trail. It's cool.
Yeah, trail leading away. That's one of my favourites. Okay, so try and do that if you're trying to get in the bike vault. So you famously took a big hit on your road bike last year.
I did.
Is it tougher to come back from an injury now you're nearly 40? I just put that question in there to say you're nearly 40.
Don't feel like it is, to be honest. I think
it's not nearly 40 or not?
No, I am. I think my time constraints make it harder to do the good amount of physio. Being a pro back in the day, I'd do it myself and then I'd do 7 days a week physio.
Yeah.
Now I can't do that, so that maybe. The age, I don't feel like it has made a change yet. Maybe when I hit 40 it will.
Or another tree.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, here's a question for you. E-bike or fat bike?
If I can only have one.
Yeah.
E-bike.
E-bike. Okay. Full sus versus hardtail.
Full sus.
Full sus. Okay. E-bike versus full sus.
Full sus.
That could be the same thing.
No, true.
There was a flaw in my game there. Doesn't matter. So many of our viewers know you as an all-round bike riding master. You know, you can do it all. We watch you on these videos. There's not really anything you can't do on a bike or haven't done.
It's not true.
Won races, lost races. You've done enduro, you've done downhill, you've done cross country. You can trials ride, you can backflip.
Can't trials ride.
You're a great dirt jump rider. You can do street. Look smooth. What, in your opinion, in Neil Donoghue's opinion, what haven't you mastered on a bike?
360 is one thing that I gave up on him. I used to ride a BMX at park quite a lot, and I was 360 in quite a big box, and then I under rotated and jumped off the bike and I landed with my foot through the frame.
Oh.
Dislocated my knee. That was it. Done, dusted. No more 360s for me.
Yeah.
And I didn't get them very good. I was very average at it.
Yeah. You got to commit to the old spin.
Yeah. I love seeing people do it.
I'm telling you, I'm rubbish at it.
Donoghue, when he does those really dipped ones, that's what I would love to be able to do. Too late.
I'd have loved to have been able to do a really big old 360. Right, last question. Okay, our viewer out there.
Yep.
You.
That person. I can see him.
Yes.
Or her.
Her. You can't tell from her. They've got a ticket to go and ride anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Where are they going? What are they taking with them?
I don't know. I've been loads of places. Been really fortunate. One of my favourite downhill tracks ever was Japan. I would go back there.
Yes.
But if we're saying it's a kind of novice who's not been anywhere yet, I would say just go to Whistler. It's a cliche, but just go there. You'll love it. Take a 4-inch, 6-inch trail bike, go to Whistler.
Yeah. You know what? I hadn't been to Whistler till last year. And I was like, that is just, everyone says that, but you go
Yeah.
and you're like, this is so easy.
It's Disneyland for bikes, isn't
It's
it?
great fun. Neil, that is all the questions for you this week.
Thanks,
Thank you
Martyn.
very much. You passed. You are a mountain biker. And best of luck in the future. Hope you don't hit
Thank
too
you.
many trees, but I'm sure you'll hit a few.
I'm sure it will.
You go too fast, that's your problem. If you'd like to see more from Neil, then why don't you click here to see his presenter video. We get to know a bit more about his life and style.
Good one.
Click on the old globe to subscribe. And give us a thumbs up like if you like Mr. Neil Donoghue.
Thanks,
Good on.
Martyn.